Jack from geeksofdoom.com here with Jim Gownley, artist and writer of Amelia Rules. Jim, how are you doing today?
I'm doing great. Thanks for having me on your show.
Awesome. Okay, fill in. Now, as you know, geeksofdoom.com, we have a review up on Amelia Rules, a free comic book edition issue of the series itself. But for those who haven't read the review or are not really familiar with Amelia Rules, Jim, please give them I guess a synopsis of the series itself.
No. Amelia, actually I saw Terry Moore do that once. I thought it was funny, so I stole it. Amelia's a life story of Amelia Louise McBride. She's a 9-year-old girl when the series starts. She used to live in New York City with her mom and her dad. They unfortunately get divorced, so she has to start a whole new life in a new town with her mom, where she lives with her mom and her mom's sister, her Aunt Tanner, who's a retired rock and roll star. And she makes new friends, some of whom have a superhero club, and there's a rival crosstown ninja club. And it deals with just her growing up from her perspective.
Awesome. Is there any one particular character in Amelia that you most connect with?
You know, it's funny. I would probably normally answer Reggie, because when I was a kid, Reggie thinks of superhero as a legitimate career option. You know, because he's not great in school and he'd like to be a pharmacist, but he thinks that would require too much work. So maybe if he got bitten by something radioactive, he could be a superhero. And I sort of relate to that because when I was a kid, I spent like 30% of my time being me and like 70% of my time being Luke Skywalker. And like Jedi Knight was a legitimate job choice for me. But also recently, actually, Tanner. Because one of the things I wanted to do with Amelia, I always wanted a comic that wasn't just junk or wasn't just something funny, even though I hoped it'd be funny. I wanted it to be something that would be truthful. And Tanner is the one character in the book that always tells Amelia the truth. So if I could flatter myself, I think I relate to Tanner a little bit now.
Now, you've come a long way from...
He's cuter than me, but...
Well, don't sell yourself short, my friend. Come on now. Well, you've come a long way from self-publishing to Simon & Schuster now. Do you have anything that you would like to tell people who are on the website itself, like how to get started in terms of self-publishing?
Well, you know, it seems like it's increasingly difficult, but it only seems that way. I mean, now there's a new thing with Diamond Distributors who are enacting new minimums that seems to make it difficult. But the truth is, it's always difficult. It's been difficult since, you know, 1977 when Dave Sim self-published Erebus. That was an impossibility until he did it, and then it opened doors. I think no matter what you want to be in comics, if you want to be a writer, you want to be an artist, whatever, you should at least attempt to self-publish one thing, because even if you make a loss on it, because it teaches you not only how to write and how to draw, which is important, and people say like the business, but this teaches you how to select a printer, how to deal with shipping, how to market a book, you know, how to present it at conventions. It really gives you a really well-rounded idea of what the business is like. So even if it doesn't become a money-making venture for you, or you can't do it to the point that you create a series that eventually gets picked up by Simon & Schuster, you should at least do it once so you get a real feel for the whole business.
Is there anything, when you were self-publishing, is there anything that you would litter your table with to attract the crowds? Because I know with the DC booths and the Marvel booths all over the place, it's kind of difficult for like an indie kind of publisher to get noticed. Any tips?
Well, yeah, it's sort of true and sort of not true about that, because I'm not in any way competing with Marvel and DC. If you want a book like Amelia, you have to buy Amelia. That's the book. I would say one thing I would avoid is don't do your version of Superman or Spider-Man or anything like that, because there are already people doing Superman and Spider-Man, the real versions. A sort of knockoff in black and white by you isn't going to make any kind of dent. And that's where you are truly competing with these giants. You know, but I think just do something that's true to you. Make as professional a presentation as you possibly can. Be polite to everybody that comes by, even if they're not polite to you. And, you know, that's what to do. I mean, people put candy bowls out and all these kind of trinkets. The work is its own best advertisement. There's nothing you can do other than give people the work that will help you more than that. And I would even say if someone looks really, really interested, but they're sort of shy about buying it, give them their first copy for free. They'll come back, you know.
I know last year on Kids Day, they did a little presentation of your Amelia's Rules. Is that correct? How did that come about?
Well, yeah, it was a musical. Essentially, Michael Cohen, who was my partner in Renaissance Press, which was the self-publishing thing that we formed to create Amelia, he's written musicals. He's written like 3 musicals, and they were all really good. And he kept saying, I want to do an Amelia one. And I kept saying, no, you couldn't find a girl to do it, and it'd be really difficult. Finally, he talked me into it at a library show 2 years ago. And I said, all right, if you want to do it, take the Christmas story and turn it into a holiday musical for families. And I don't want to do anything, though. I don't want to do any work. So he started sending me these songs, and they're beautiful, and they're funny and really good. So then I got roped in, and I ended up rewriting the script and everything like that. And so it was performed in New Hampshire, and then just in September we reshot it, not in front of an audience, but just so we have a nice record of it. And that's actually up on my MySpace page if you search Jimmy Gownley. But it's really great. It's been really gratifying. I just went not expecting much, and it was this really emotional experience, and it got a standing ovation at the end. The little girl, Casey Perkins, who plays Amelia, she's just a star in the making. She's such a great kid. So it was a wonderful thing. And, we think this year it looks like other places are going to put it on, so hopefully it'll have a long life.
Awesome. Let's see.
We'll edit this part.
We'll edit the dead air here, but okay. So yeah, I'm a really big fan, as you know, of Amelia Rules. So do yourself a favor, plug away. Tell me what you're selling, anything.
All right, well, we got 4 books out there. This is the last of the self-published editions, because as Simon & Schuster puts the new books out, they're going to go out of print as the new ones take their place. So we got 4 volumes out now, and volume 5, which is called The Tween-Age Guide to Not Being Unpopular, comes out next May from Simon & Schuster. This May starts volume 1 from them, and a year from then we're doing all new books, and we're going to do at least 4 more, so there'll be at least 8 Amelia books.
Awesome. So so Simon & Schuster is just gonna reprint all of these and put them out at the same time as volume 5 is coming out?
No, they're gonna start in May with volume 1, August with volume 2, November with volume 3, January volume 4, then May of 2010. The new volume 5, and they'll be publishing all the new collections as they come out.
Awesome. And now, of course, last question, geeksofdoom.com type of question. Name 3 things in your fridge right now.
3 things in my fridge. Oh, you know what? Mustard. Because I keep buying mustard. Like, I have too much mustard, but every time I go, I think I need mustard. But I don't even use that much mustard. So there's that. There's also some fried rice that should not be in there any longer. And ring bologna, because I love ring bologna.
Bologna is very good. Thank you very much.
Put the mustard on the ring bologna and get rid of some of the mustard.
That is true. And if you could eat the fried rice on the side, but I don't know how good it is.
Hey, how about this? The first person that emails me through my website from this thing, I'll autograph the mustard and send it to you.
That'd be fantastic. Thanks a lot, Jim.